Yes! Oh, fucking righty. What's up, everybody? Peter fucking Joseph here for a Friday afternoon video. Right here, on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, gotta have the emphasis on that one. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to this very channel and my other channels in the description box below. Otherwise known as my pants, don't forget about that. And so, subscribe to my channels, all down below. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, if you dare. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you miss any of my videos, well, you're pretty much SOL. And I think we all know what that means by now. And if you don't know what SOL means, look it up. And that's pretty much it. Google it. And if you can't Google it, then I don't know what to tell you. But it is what it is. And that's pretty much it. So, like, share, subscribe, you can leave a comment if you wish. But like I said, if you leave stupid comments, you're automatically getting blocked. And if you complain like a little bitch, you're gonna get treated like a bitch. And you can cry me a river. And that's pretty much it. If you're not a real if you're not real and leave an actual good comment and I'm like, you're an asshole, you know, this and that, I'm not gonna entertain it. I'm just gonna block it, or I probably delete it. Excuse me. I'll probably delete it and then block you, or just block you outright. And like I said, if you don't like it, that's too bad. And we move on with that. Alright, that's that. Alright, and if you're new here, and there's a lot of new people that have come recently, some fake, some new, but take it as they come. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and welcome to the party, pal. We really hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And like I said, if you like it, great. If you don't, get out. The door is over there. Don't let it hit your stupid skinny or your fat ass on the way out. But it is what it is. You don't like it, get out. Go do your own thing on your own channel. Simple as that. I don't need you here. I don't want you here. Get out. And if you can't, then you got a problem. It's called obsession. So, that's pretty much it. I don't need that crap. I'm moving on. So, it is what it is. You can't move on, then you seriously have problems. Serious problems. Like, seriously problems. But, we got that. Alright. On this Friday afternoon, March the 22nd, 2024, Palm Sunday weekend. I hope everybody has a great weekend, a great Palm Sunday weekend. Celebrating, well, not celebrating, we're, pretty much in the final days of, Jesus Christ the Lord. When he got crucified, died. And then we have Good Friday next Friday. And, Easter Saturday, and then the glorious resurrection of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, next Sunday on the beautiful Easter holiday. So, that's coming up. So, we're already hit Easter already. Usually by April we hit Easter, but since we got the leap year, it comes a little bit early. So, next year is going to be sometime in April. So, we got that. But hopefully everybody has a great Palm Sunday weekend. And when we get to next weekend, a beautiful and happy and safe Easter holiday. And we got baseball coming up in about 5 days officially for baseball season, starting in Seoul, South Korea, with the Dodgers and the Padres. Mets and Yankees this coming Thursday. We are 6 days away from baseball. Oh, I love it. Not going to be a great season for the Mets, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the Mets yesterday getting JD Martinez, the big bat we need in that lineup. That lineup is stacked. But can they produce? We'll see. We shall see, but JD Martinez is going to be in that 3 to 6 slot, protecting guys like Lindor and Marte and McNichols and, McNuggets, whatever you want to call him, the Squirrel, McNeil, and Pete Alonso. And you can also, you platoon him in the infield or the outfield. So he's one of those, Torrey Hunter type players, a consummate professional baseball player. That's what he is. He is a legend, and we're glad to have him, even though if he's a rental for a year. But I think he's going to produce really well for the Mets. Now, if the pitching staff can get it together early on in the season, I could see the Mets possibly getting a second or third wild card. It's a possibility. But we'll see. But Senga's not coming back, I think, till May or June. That sucks, because our pitching staff is kind of suspect right now. The starting 5. But I really didn't want Quintana to start the season on Thursday against the Brewers at home. I was thinking Tyler McGill had a pretty good spring. And Hauser. Manaea, was up and down, but we got that, so who knows? And for you Yankee fans, well, you better hope that you stay healthy for most of the season. Garrett Cole's not going to be back until at least maybe May or June. Judgy Wudgy still got his foot problem. Stanton can never stay healthy. I don't know. Mets and Yankees might not make the playoffs this year, but we'll see. We'll see. It's early. We haven't started the season yet, but Mets had a pretty good spring so far. Yankees are okay, but real baseball, and it counts, this Wednesday. And Thursday afternoon, we got the Mets playing against the Brewers at home. Can't wait for that. I'm going to watch it on SNY on my phone, because I can't watch it on the Rich Man's TV unless it comes on MLB TV. I don't have extra innings. I don't pay for that shit. I don't need to, because I don't want it. It's too much money. $150 just to watch the entire season. Pfft. I used to get it for a good price. Last year, I got it for free. Every game on T-Mobile, because they had that deal. We could watch the entire baseball season on MLB the app. That was some good shit. But they're going to have games on Apple TV. I care less for that. They might have some on Peacock, but wherever it is, you're going to watch it. And I'm hopefully going to watch some of the Met games this year. Maybe go to some, I don't know. The Cyclones begin April the 1st, April the 8th, I believe. I think it's around the first or second week of April. I think they're playing at home in Coney Island, so we got that. I might be going to some games there. The tickets are pretty damn cheap. So, I might be going to some games there during the summer, not early on, because it's cold! I went to opening day last year, and it was freezing. And I got a free beanie out of that. So, it is what it is. Then I went to one in the summer. It was hot as fuck. Hot as fuck. I left early. I left early in the game, like the 5th, 6th inning, because it was hot and I was getting dehydrated. I wasn't feeling well, so I left the game. And they lost anyway. So, and then I went to one of the playoff games, which they won, and then they lost the series, which sucks. But it is what it is. But baseball is coming up pretty soon, and I'm happy for that. Can't wait. I can't fucking wait. That's pretty much it. We got WrestleMania coming up. Lots of good stuff coming your way in the next couple weeks. And we got that. Speaking of coming up, tonight, we got SmackDown. It's going to be a big, huge SmackDown. We got 2 more qualifying matches to see who rounds out that 6-way ladder match for the Undisputed Tag Team titles. I think we got the Street Profits and the Authors of Pain. That's going to be good. We'll see. Who's the other team? I forget what the other team is. There's another match, but I can't remember who's in it. But we'll see what happens with that tonight. But the big one, Cody and Roman face to face. Nobody around except for the wise man. My name is Paul Heyman. But I know there's going to be some chicanery. I know it. Cody thinks that Roman is coming alone. Roman too smart. And Cody is gonna cry like a little bitch. Again. So, but we got 2 weeks left to Mania. So, the tension, the hype for both of those matches are just insane. We're gonna see what happens on Monday. I don't even know if The Rock put out anything on his Instagram, because usually it's Friday. Rock usually puts out a promo every Friday, basically ripping Cody and Seth Rollins apart. I have to check that later, but we'll see. We shall see what happens with that, but we'll check that out later. So SmackDown later tonight, coming up in about, about 3.5, 4 hours. So got a lot of time to waste before we get there. And don't forget tonight, right here on the channel, your late night SmackDown review. If you're looking for Rampage, go on my Peter Joseph channel. Rampage was on Wednesday night live, so I did a Rampage review along with my Dynamite review for the first time ever on my Peter Joseph channel. And no Collision on tomorrow night because of the NCAA tournament, but it will be back next weekend. So you get all that. So tonight and then the weekend we're pretty much off. For once we're off of a wrestling weekend. So enjoy the weekend, my friends. If you're going out, have fun. But it's gonna be raining like cats and dogs here overnight tonight into all day tomorrow. Getting like 3 inches of rain. Oh, God. Feels like Seattle. Pretty much. Only Saturday's gonna rain. Not that I'm going anywhere. I usually go out Saturday nights, but probably not going out Saturday night. And Sunday, it's family Sunday, so I'm gonna be, family dinner with the folks and the who, but we'll see what happens with that. And that's that. Now we move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this Friday afternoon, it is time for your late and out-of-date TNA Wrestling TV review for last night, March the 21st, 2024. Bringing it back. I didn't do it last week. I apologize for that. Just a lot of things came up last week, personally and, mentally and everything. I wanted to get it up this week, and I was like, you know what, let me just scrap it for this week. But now it's back, so hopefully in the next coming weeks, we'll get more TNA reviews coming up. Alright, so your TNA review for March 21st, 2024, we are emanating from St. Clair College in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Hey, so AEW was up there, and so was TNA. Not that they met up or anything. But we got that, so that's pretty damn good. Pretty damn cool. Alright, our commentary team, as always, Tom Phillips, otherwise known as Tom Hannafin, and Aiden English, Matt Waywalt. Alright, so we're about a month away from Rebellion, the next pay-per-view. We do got Under Siege coming up, I believe, WrestleMania weekend. Probably nobody's gonna watch that, but the next major pay-per-view for TNA is Rebellion, April the 20th, which is the day before AEW Dynasty, or if you're from Australia, Dynasty. So, got that. So about a month away, so we're formulating some of the matches that might happen. Already know Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, taking on Moose for the TNA title. That's going to be pretty good. We'll see. But we'll talk about them in a little bit. But first, we get the match number 1, a 6-way, well, I guess you can call it a 6-way scramble, fatal 6-way, whatever you want to call it, for the number 1 contendership to the TNA X Division Championship, which Mustafa Ali has, and he's on commentary for our match. So we had Leon Slater, Chris Bay of the Bullet Club, too sweet me for the love of God. Alan Angels, I know you. That's, member 5 from the Dark Order. Jason Hotch, Jake Something, and Kevin Knight. He hangs out with the Time Splitters and Kushida, Alex Shelley, and partly Chris Sabin. We'll get to those guys in a little bit too. Lots of news happening with the Motor City Machine Guns and their contract ending and where they're gonna go. They're not coming back to TNA most likely, but where they go, I think one of the destinations we may see. There's actually 3 destinations. Japan. Go back to Japan. Because they won titles there. The tag titles there. They can go to WWE for the first time. Or they can go to AEW. And oh man, if they go to AEW, I would love to see another Bucks Machine Guns feud. That would be epic. FTR versus them. House of Black maybe against them. That would be nice. Private Party. Top Flight against the Machine Guns. That tag team division would be stacked. If they get the Machine Guns to come in. But we'll see, Tony Khan. Make it happen, baby. Or Mr. Obari's son, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright. So, this was a pretty damn good match. Lots of high-flying shit. It's also with Alan Angels going for a face buster, but then Jake something, that's his name, Jake something. He lifts him up, so Leon Slater and Kevin Knight super kick him. Chris Maiden hits a tilt-a-whirl DDT on Jake something, so Jake something's got his ass handed to him, pretty much, for the first part of the match. And then Leon Slater hits a enziguri on Alan Angels, and a springboard back elbow on Kevin Knight. Then he hits a flippy dibbity-doo over the corner. We know that move from Montez Ford. Onto Jason Hotch and Chris Bay outside the ring. And then, Jake something hits a powerbomb on Kevin Knight. Jason Hotch comes in, hits a spin kick on him for a near fall. And then Jake something comes back, hits Into the Void. Nice freaking Black Sabbath song, by the way. So he hits Into the Void on Jason Hotch. So Jake something is the new #1 contender, and he will face Mustafa Ali at a later date. And Mr. Mustafa Ali is not a happy camper. I don't know why, but like, why are you complaining? Like you're gonna lose to this guy. I mean, seriously. But you never know. We get that. Alright, so that match was pretty damn good. 3.5 out of 5 stars. I love scramble matches, I love 6-ways. You know, not like that, of course, but, you know. We move on with that. So, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Great opening. And we're gonna move on. Alright, then we get a vignette from Van Dango. Or Dirty Dango. Whatever you want to call him. So he talks about his favorite match. Okay. So he says, Dirt Sheet Riders don't talk about him anymore because he buries them every week. You think? Nobody gives a fuck about what Meltzer says or what Sean Ross Sapp says or even, who else? Nick Hausman says or anybody else that writes for, you know, even fucking Russo at times, but, or nobody cares what Cornette says. Bornette, I should say, not Cornette. Corny. Because he is corny. He's boring at the same time. So yeah. Why not bury the Dirt Sheet Riders every week? Because they basically click. No, I would say clickbait. They can't. No, they don't because they don't have you know, YouTube pages. You know, they go on their podcast. They say some bullshit. Then they go on, you know, their Twitter machine. Write ridiculous bullshit. Anyway, so, yeah. So, Dirty Dango has a reason. So then he talks about losing to Josh Alexander because his shoelaces were untied, and he gave him one of the best matches of his career. I'm not going to debate that one, but we'll see. Anyway. And then he says, I have 2 anchors that are pulling him down. And he says, Oleg is a Russian Sambo fighter, and he can't even beat Josh Alexander. So he's there with Oleg. I don't know this guy. He was there last week. I didn't really see much of him, but I mean, kind of reminds me of Vladimir Kozlov a little bit, but I love WWE. Anyway, we get that. So Oleg just walks off. I don't like you, filthy American. Just leaves. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so we'll see what happens with that. And I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we move on. Alright, then we see Gia Miller backstage. looking hot as always. She finds AJ Francis, top dollar, or flop dollar, and Rick Swan, all night long, Rick Swan. And Gia says after what happened last week, basically, she got yelled at or something like that, everyone wants an explanation. So Top Dollar says they'll get it next week. So you're going to get an explanation next week there, Gia Miller. We'll see what happens with that. So I get a 2.25 out of 5 stars. And we'll move on. Okay. Alright, then we go to another segment with Cody Deaner talking about the failure of Violent by Design and the design. Okay. He says the failure was because of him, so he puts the blame on himself. He talks about falling in love with professional wrestling at the young age at 5. He said he lost it, and the only way he's going to get that love and passion back is with the people's help. And he says from here on, every decision I make is in the people's hands. So the fans, he's basically putting, every decision that he makes in the palm of the fans' hands. So whatever he does, it's on the fans, I guess. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I give that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then after that, before we get to match number 2, we have the Grizzled Young Veterans, Drake and Gibson. Actually, this was part of the promo. I'm sorry. So they come out and say Cody Deaner doesn't need to take advice from the people. And this is Gibson saying that. And he says Deaner needs to quit and give up because he offers nothing to professional wrestling. Ouch. And he suggests that he get out of the ring so excuse me, so the professionals can go to work. So Cody's like, I suck. And he's about to walk off, but says, you don't decide when I leave. They do. Oh boy, here we go. So he asks the people, should I leave, should I stay, or should I go? That great Clash song. Gibson says, if you don't leave, I will do something that you are not going to enjoy. So Cody Deaner says the people have made their decision. Then he starts going at the Grizzled Young Veterans, basically 2-on-1, well, 1-on-2, basically. But then they team up until the Time Splitters come out, and Kushida and Alex Shelley come out to save him, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. So that leads us to match number 2. Drake and Gibson, the Grizzled Young Veterans, taking on the Time Splitters, Kushida and Alex Shelley. Pretty good match. Starts out with Kushida hitting a basement dropkick on Drake's legs, ow. Followed by a handspring back elbow off the ropes, almost like Tajiri-san. He hits a top rope Hurricane Rana or Super Rana. Drake then counters into a pin for a near fall. Kushida then locks in the hoverboard lock, but Gibson helps out, assists Drake to hit a sliced bread, number 2, for a near fall. And then Alex Shelley and Kushida team up. Kushida hits a cartwheel drop kick on Drake. Then he gets the tag, goes to the top rope. Gibson comes in. They go for a Doomsday Device on Kushida, but Kushida hits the Tanaka punch. Masato Tanaka. Uh-oh, I said his name. Shit. Uh-oh. I don't know. Here he comes. There he comes. Gilmore! Joseph! Mike. What, Mike? You said that guy's name! I hate that guy! I know, Mike. I'm sorry. I was reading the copy. Oh, you did? I thought you were just, praising him. I don't like him. Mike, have I ever mentioned him in a good note? No! Exactly. I wasn't praising the guy. I know you kicked his ass so many times in Japan and ECW. He sucks. I know. Because I'm awesome. I kicked his ass. I'm awesome. I know. So, can you calm down? I'm sorry. You go have a good show. Okay, thank you. Bye! Okay, get out of here. Every time I say that guy's name, Mr. Tanaka, what? Oh, no, sorry. I had a cold. You know, he gets mad, so I can't. So anyway, he hits that. And then he locks in the hoverboard lock on Drake. And Drake just tapped out. And that's pretty much it. Great match. 3.5 out of 5 stars. The Time Slowers get the win over the grizzled young veterans. And that's pretty much it. We move on. Alright, after that we go to our next segment. Tom Phillips has a sit-down interview with Alex Hammerstone, who signed to TNA about a couple weeks to almost a month ago. So, he talks about his Explosion match years ago. It was like a dark match. And not being signed, and that put a chip on his shoulder. He says people said he was a big fish in a small pond, so he went into the ocean. And did well for himself in MOW, I might add. So Tom Phillips said, you were unsuccessful in your match against Josh Alexander. That was like, what was that match? And, there was that, Hard to Kill. Anyway, so Hammerstone asks Tom, are you a comedian? You think I'm funny? Do I make you laugh? Come on, tell me how I'm funny! You know, Joe Pesci, hey, Joe Pesci, And, says, I hit the Nightmare Pendulum, but Josh had to roll out of the ring. So Alex Hammerstone says, I'm bigger and I'm stronger, and at Sacrifice, I will prove that he is smarter. So I don't understand. I thought Sacrifice happened. Anyway, just check something. Yeah, I was right. Okay, I was like confused about when he said that. But anyway, he says, at Sacrifice, I will prove that I am smarter. Then he says, Josh Alexander doesn't even have his headgear, and he will always have it as a reminder. Alright, we'll see what happens with that in their rematch coming up. I guess at Sacrifice. I thought Sacrifice was like a month ago. You got me? And we move on with that. Alright, we move on. Alright, match number 3 for the TNA Digital Media Championship, which is basically kind of like the TV title. We got the champion, Crazy Steve. Not really part of DK, but he's part of the Prophecy. So we have Crazy Steve taking on the Crazy Man. And speaking of crazy, this man is crazy. PCO. I'm like, oh god. Oh, Crazy Steve's gonna get his ass handed to him. But anyway, Crazy Steve tries to snap the neck of PCO, but PCO gets right back up. So Crazy Steve goes to the second rope, but PCO hits the lung blower. Ow. Hits a leg drop off the second rope. Places Crazy Steve on the edge of the apron. Goes to the top rope. Hits the animator. Ow! That hurts. And then PCO throws Crazy Steve back in the ring. Hits an elbow against the throat. And then Khan! Not Tony Khan, not Bishop Kwan of the Gates of Agony, but Khan! I know not Kwan! No, that's Khan, not Kwan. That's from Final Fantasy IX. But anyway, Khan comes out. They had a hellacious match at Hard to Kill. And they've been like going at it for like the last couple months. So anyway, he comes out, throws weapons into the ring. I'm like, oh great, here we go. Blood time. PCO hits him with a running swanton through the ropes. That's crazy. And takes out some steel chairs from under the ring, sets them up. Crazy Steve then, Rowdy Piper poked PCO in the eyes, I should say. And then Khan hits PCO with a back body drop onto the chairs. Ow. No DQ, by the way, because it's the Digital Media Championship, I guess. Anyway. And then Crazy Steve pins him 1, 2, 3 to retain the belt. We'll take it. We'll take it. 2.5 out of 5 stars. Prophecy wins again. So there you go. We move on with that. Speaking of more of the Prophecy, my girl. Oh, yes. It's coming, my friends. And I'm glad to see her again this week. Well, this week. And that is my girl, the Demon Assassin, my Demon Bride. The founder of the Prophecy, along with myself. That's Rosemary. And if you don't believe me, go to my freaking YouTube page. Because I have a video where Rosemary herself gave the stamp of approval for the prophecy. So anyway, so DK, the former two-time Knockouts Tag Team Champions. Well, I think they're longer than 2, but I could be wrong. But anyway, so we have Rosemary and Jessica backstage, and they say, we have a contractually obligated rematch for those tag team titles that MK Ultra stole from them at the last show, at the last event, that they never received. So then, we hear the footsteps of MK Ultra, so Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich walk down the steps behind them, and they, Jessica and Rosemary are like, oh, these bitches. So they come from behind. Masha starts speaking in Russian. I take you to the Kremlin and kick your ass! Almighty Vladimir Putin! Anyway, and then Killer Kelly says says we get the rematch. So Rosemary puts on her hat. Nice hat, by the way. Says, oh, really? So there's only one way to settle this, and that's in the ring. So we're gonna get DK against MK Ultra 3, basically, and the winner of that faces Spitfire, who beat MK Ultra for those tag team belts. So the winner gets a rematch per se. Well, if MK Ultra win, they get their rematch. If DK win, their rematch is right there. So rematch Palooza, I guess. I'm thinking a 3-way. I have a feeling at Rebellion, but we'll see. But as always, I give that 3 out of 5 stars just because it's Rosemary. My girl, that's my girl, man. Gotta come to Brooklyn once in a while, not the big event, but still. I can't get all the way over there, so. Especially, it was not in Queens, it was in Long Island, I think, this year. Fuck! One day, I'm gonna get that fucking autograph and picture with Rosemary. It's gonna happen. And you're gonna thank me. And I'll prove that Rosemary's in the prophecy. So, it's coming, though. It's coming. I already got Abaddon. If Abaddon's right there, I got her. I got Father James Mitchell. It's on my Facebook page. That's 2. All I gotta really get is Rosemary and maybe Su Yung. That's it. Maybe Crazy Steve if he comes to the New York area, but we'll see. We shall see. But wishing and hoping and praying that Rosemary can come to the New York/Brooklyn area someday. But we'll see. Next time she goes on Twitch, I'm going to ask her. But once in a while, she'll go up on Twitch. Yeah. Maybe I'll message her on Twitter. I mean, I have her Twitter, so. Maybe I can leave a DM. I'm not going to slide in her DM like that, but you know what I mean. I can always, say, hey, when you're going to come to the New York/Brooklyn area, I'd love to meet you one day. Not like that, as a fan, of course. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we got Eric Young coming out and says, Moose has a big target on his back. I mean, it's hard to miss because he's big. And they're not done because of what happened at the last show. He says Kazarian made a grave mistake. And he says, let's see how metal he is. You don't want to go there with him, especially in the metal realm. Anyway, so he challenges Kazarian to a full Metal Mayhem match at Rebellion. That's going to be great. That's going to be great. Kazarian knows all well about that, so. That's going to be hard-hitting, brutal. I wouldn't dare to say blood, but we'll see. We got that. I mean, run. Alright, so I give that 3 to 5 stars. Alright, then we have George Iceman. Or Iceman. George Iceman. Big ups, by the way, speaking of the Iceman, big ups to my good friend Jeffrey Rose, the Iceman. Used to be here on YouTube many moons ago. We still talk every so often on Facebook, but still. Great guy, man. Great guy, gives me a lot of advice and a lot of, love and support. He's pretty much not been day one per se, but I pretty much known him since I think 2014-ish. I think between 2013 and 15. But, you know, I followed his YouTube channel all the way to basically the end, because he doesn't do YouTube that much anymore. And, you know, I talk to him every so often on Facebook, so. The Iceman, Mr. Jeffrey Rose. Great man. Big shout out to him. Anyway, so, no relation, George Iceman comes out and introduces his client, Ash, by elegance, Dana Brooke. So, Dana Brooke in match number 4 takes on Silesia Sparks. I know you. Anyway, this match sucked. Basically, like a 2-minute suckfest. And Dana Brooke gets the win with rarefied air, that stupid moonsault she hits. You know, she hits it pretty well, but still. So the match gave a dud, because I really don't care about Dana Brooke. So then, after the match, George Iceman announces her as the winner, and then she tries to go attack Silesia Sparks again, and then she tells George Iceman, "Give me a chair!" And she starts to choke her out with it, goes to the top rope, and looking for rarefied air again, but then Zaya Brookside, the lassie from England, she runs out and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" And blocks her from doing the move, and then Dana Brooke basically gets out of the ring. So it looks like we're going to get that match at Rebellion. That should be pretty good. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so pretty much done, but the aftermath was actually better than the match. Alright, then we have Dolph Ziggler come out to the ring. Says that he made his intentions clear on day 1 at Hard to Kill when he debuted in TNA. His intentions are to become the TNA World Champion. He said he was going to earn it. So that's what you do. Like a Smith Barney. We earn it. Yeah. Anyway, the first challenge that stepped up to him was Steve Macklin. And he said Macklin said he was going to run him out of TNA. That didn't happen. And he said he was going nowhere. He was happy to bide his time until it was the perfect time. Well, the time is coming up at Rebellion. So Dolph says, who couldn't wait was the world champion Moose. He says because of Moose's actions, he now has a TNA world title match at Rebellion. So then the System comes out, Eddie Edwards and his wife Alicia Edwards, along with Moose. They come out. Moose says there's no denying that Dolph Ziggler is a well-accomplished wrestler. You think? And he says if anyone knows about Dolph's career, it's that he can't beat the System. I guess meaning the WWE stuff. So that's that. So Dolph kind of gets a little bit upset with that, and then the System just leaves, and that's it. So, I think it should be a great match with Moose and the IWGP Global Champion. Yeah, he's still the champ. And that is Dolph Ziggler at Rebellion. So that should be good. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I get that 3 to 5 stars. Alright. Match number 5 for the TNA Knockouts Championship. Jordan Grace taking on the Boricua. Well, she's from somewhere. She's Puerto Rican, I guess. Anyway, I did meet her. I've met a lot of times. Tasha Steelz. I met her and freaking Shotzi at the same show. That's... Can't beat that. You can't beat meeting Shotzi. She's crazy, but great to meet. Tasha is great. I asked her about her CCW stuff when she was working in CCW. She's like, oh. Because I like to follow people's careers. I like women's wrestling. What do you want from me? But anyway, especially Stardom, right? Mina Shirakawa last night on Ring of Honor. Oh, made my dick hard. Oh, yes. Tony Khan, please sign her. Come on. Maybe we'll get Club Venus back. Mariah May can team up with her. Maybe can't get signed Brookside. Maybe not. But we'll see. Or and the other chick that was with them that was from Stardom as well, but I forget her name. She's what's her name? I know exactly. All right, so Tasha Steelz and Jordan Grace for the TNA Knockouts title. Pretty decent match. Starts with Tasha locking a crossface on Jordan, but Jordan reverses into a pin for a near fall. Then they start chopping the crap out of each other, chopping their titties. Save the titties! Jordan then drops Tasha with forearms, hits a spine buster for a near fall. Then she goes for the juggernaut bitch driver. Tasha fights out of it, and Jordan hits a powerbomb for a near fall. Then she goes for the muscle buster, a la Samoa Joe. Tasha gets out of it again. Then she hits sliced bread number 2 for a near fall. Jordan goes to the top rope. Tasha catches her with a kick, pulls her down with a snapmare. Then she hits an enziguri, but Jordan hits a spinning back fist, knocking Tasha the fuck out. Then a clothesline. Then the juggernaut bitch driver. Boom, 1, 2, 3. Jordan Grace still your reigning, defending Knockouts champion. Pretty good match, 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. And we move on with that. Okay. Oh, that's the main event. I thought it was more. Alright, so that was your main event. There you go. Alright, nothing after that, so that's that. Alright, pretty solid show from TNA this week. And I gave it a solid 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys think of the show down below in the comments section. And we'll talk about it. And that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens next week on TNA Impact Wrestling as we head on to Under Siege. I think, and I don't know where Alex Hammerstone came up with Sacrifice. I think he forgot the pay-per-view or the event. But Rebellion is the next pay-per-view. So we're gearing up for that in about a month from now. So we already got the world title match with Dolph Ziggler and Moose. Then we'll see. We might get an X Division title match with Jake Something and Mustafa Ali. Knockouts tag titles will probably be Spitfire taking on either DK or, the Prophecy or MK Ultra. See about that. And that's pretty much it for now, but we'll see what happens with Jordan Grace, who she might be facing for her Knockouts Championship. Crazy Steve with the Digital Media Championship. And I think that's it. So we got all that. And I did mention that Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin might be leaving TNA because their contracts are coming up, and I don't think they're going to re-sign, and they may be going to WWE. I think it's better they go to AEW / Ring of Honor, or go back to Japan. But, I mean, we'll see what happens with that. They could wrestle in Japan. Kushida can come over here and there, maybe reform the Time Splitters in Japan again, but we'll see what happens with that. I'll try to get more information about that when it comes out, and we'll move on with that. Alright, so that's it for now. I am going to pretty much chill for the rest of the day and the evening. It's cloudy here right now. It's cold as balls. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit warmer, but it's going to rain like crazy all fucking day, which sucks. So, I'm just going to have a chill weekend, and it's Palm Sunday, like I said, on Sunday, so if you're going to church on Sunday, you get your palms, so you get that, and, yeah, so it should be, good stuff this weekend, and hopefully everybody has a great weekend, and I will be back later tonight, right here on the channel, once again, with your SmackDown review. We'll talk about Cody and Roman, and everything else on SmackDown. And that's pretty much it to end the week. We've got nothing else to talk about this weekend unless something big, huge comes out. But we'll see. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your cookut. And if you're not down with that, that's just too fucking bad. Because we are the Prophecy, we are the Purge, the greatest thing since sliced bread, and we're better than you, baby. And you know it, baby. And if you're not down with that, you're still not down with that. Well, we got 3 of the greatest words in the history of the sport and the history of life itself. You want to know what that is? Fuck you, man. And that's it. Peace out, everybody. Until next time. Peace.